aziz, jihad, jawad, whatever you name it, written. And where you should go. Min Allah, this book from Allah Aziz al-Hakim to so-and-so person. Aisha, whatever you name, Fatima. أدخله من الجنة. أدخله جنة عالية. Let them enter, or let him or her enter high place, which is the paradise. And when he sees this, he would be so happy, running. Can you imagine in the day of judgment, all this happening and people are worried? Why are the believer running? فَيَقُولُ هَاؤُمُ اقْرَءُوا كِتَابِيَهْ إِنِّي ظَنَنْتُ أَنِّي مُلَاقٍ حِسَابِيَهْ فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. Everybody come and look at my book, so proud of it. There's nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to hide. Come and look, I have a lot of good things. That's the believer. SubhanAllah, the believer go through basically the stages of day of judgment so fast. يوم ترى المؤمنين والمؤمنات يسعى نورهم بين أيديهم وبأيمانهم. And Nabi Sallallahu said the mu'min in the day of judgment, when they pass over the sirat, their light according to their iman. Some of them, their light like the size of mountain, the size of a big tree, size of candle. And some of them has no light, a'udhu billah. Or some of them, their light is so small that only shows what's next to their feet. On and off. The moment approach the gates of paradise, Allahu Akbar. Salamun alaykum tibtum fadkhuluha khalidin. Greet at the gates of paradise by the angel, Salamun alaykum. Tibtum, good for you. Enter with peace. وَنُودُوا أَن تِلْكُمُ الْجَنَّةُ أُورِثْتُمُوهَا بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. A call upon them he will call them. This is the paradise you deserve. As a reward for you for what you used to claim. No. For what you used to do. For what you used to offer. What a lucky ears, the one who's going to hear this call. Oh Allah. What a lucky eyes, the eyes which is going to see these gates. What a lucky bodies and souls. What a blessed person you are if you're among those who will walk into the gates of paradise. Can you imagine the other option? Can you think of the other one, the other chance? That you don't hear this call, that you don't see this scene, that you don't walk this walk, through this path. May Allah protect us. When you enter this Jannah, something beyond your imagination, something beyond words, something beyond descriptions. Nur yatalazzaz, shining like crystal, qasr machine. Beautiful houses, beautiful palaces, beautiful mansions. ثمرة نضيد. Beautiful trees, beautiful fruits, beautiful sceneries, beautiful servants, beautiful wives, spouses, beautiful life, and forever. You don't get sick, physically or emotionally. You don't get disturbed. You don't need any assistance. Even you don't sweat. When you sweat, it smells good. No, bad smell comes out of your sweat. You don't even urinate. You don't go to bathroom because whatever you eat is pure good. So because as you know, the feces that in urine is what? Poisonous. We release it out of the body. That's right, Doctor. And if you keep it, it's harm you. There's nothing harm you in the Jannah. Whatever you consume, there's no harm in it. Something pure, complete. The sweat. And if you get, I know something like it's like musk. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا يدفلون, even spitting is not there. When I was in Singapore, it's illegal to spit. I said, SubhanAllah, in Jannah you don't spit. Who cares about Singapore? Musa said, Ya Rab, أخبرني عن أدنى أهل الجنة منزل. Ya Rab, يعني who is the lowest, يعني what is the lowest rank in Jannah? Looks like. Then Allah said, it will be that one person, the last person to walk into Jannah. يعني I just want to tell you something. The Prophet said, لموضع صوت أحدكم في الجنة خير من الدنيا وما فيها. If you have a stick, and you put it in Jannah, whatever that spot in Jannah, which is equal to the size of your stick, that spot is better than the dunya and everything in it, from day one to the last day. He said a person will enter in the end of the last person to enter Jannah after he was purified in the fire. He said he will enter. Actually, this person, before he said enter, he will be in the top level of hellfire. Then he said, Ya Rab, can you get me out of the hellfire? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that's it. He said, that's it. I have no other request. Allah, take him out. And after a while, he said, Ya Rab, can you take me away from it? I still see it. I still smell it. Then Allah said, but you promise you're not going to ask me anything. He said, that's it, only this request. So Allah kept him away from the hellfire and closer to paradise. Then he said, Ya Rab, would you let me be at the gate of paradise just to see it, enjoy it, the cool comes, the breeze, Then he said, but you promise me you're not going to ask for anything. Then he said, just this one request. Promise you, not anything else. Then Allah take, you promise. And he should tease to be at the gate of paradise. He should have from the beginning asked. He's at the gate of paradise, he sees people inside, and he sees all these beautiful things. He said, Ya Rab. Then he said, Ya Ibn Adam, son of Adam, ma akhdarak. So bad. You always break your promise. Didn't you promise me you're never going to ask me anything? He said, Ya Rab, that's it. What am I going to ask you? Then Allah said, enter. And he entered, and the gates of paradise will be closed after him, and it will never be open again for anyone. So when he entered, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, wish what you want. Then he said, I wish to have this and this and this and this and this and that. He said, no, what else? And he said, and this and this and this and this. And he said, what else? And this and this. That's it? He said, that's it. He said, nothing else. قال فيذكره الله ببعض ما كان يشتهي في الدنيا. Allah will remind him of things that he used to love and desire in the dunya. And Allah said, what about this and this? He said, yeah, this one too. Wallahi, we have a so loving God. He will love. We have so nice God. من عرف الله يعني أحد العلماء قال أحد أمامه قال من عرف الله طال حزنه قال والله أخطأت من عرف الله طال فرحه. Somebody said, whoever really knows Allah will be so sad and afraid. He said, you're wrong. Who really knows Allah will be so happy that this is his Lord. What a kind Lord, subhanahu. Then Allah reminded him of these things. He said, yes, I want it. Then he keep reminding him of stuff, and he said, yes, and this and this. Then Allah will tell him, I will give you everything you wish, and I will multiply this 10 times. Then he said, Ya Rab, Ibn Adam, even when you enter Jannah, you still have the same aql, the same mind. That one thing doesn't change. Okay? Then he said, Ya Rab, أتهزأ بي وأنت رب العالمين. Ya Rab, you're mocking me, and you are the Lord of the world. You couldn't believe it. Your brain can't take it. I was so bad in dunya. And after all this, what I suffered in that whole fight, everything, and 10 times, double. Then Allah said, and 10 times, and 10 times, and 50 times. And 50 double. You said 10 5 times, 5 times 10, that's 50 doubles. Wallahi, when I read this hadith, there is a question came to my mind. And I was so happy to know that the same question came to Musa's mind. So I felt like I can relate to Musa alayhi salam. He asked the same question that I have in my mind. I had in my mind the first time I read the hadith, hadith Sahih Bukhari. And maybe so many of you have the same question, which is going to be, Ya Rab, Musa said, Ya Rab, if this is the lowest rank in Jannah, what about the highest? How is it going to look like? If this is the least you can get, how about the highest? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Musa, Ya Musa, this is Jannat Adn. I built it with my own hand. I planted the tree of it with my own hand. Allahu Akbar. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Wallahi. وَمَا قَدَرُ اللَّهَ قَدِرُ. Whoever knows the status of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you think of it that Him Himself will do this for you. Yani imagine, Wallah Madhur A'la, Allah is the great example. If you walk and Shaykh Ibrahim, the Imam of the Masjid, will go and bring the shoes and give it to you, or will serve you the food, you feel shy. Shaykh, you're shy. I don't deserve that. And this is us, you will be worth nothing. That's Allah Azza wa Jalla. He will be making this land for you with His own hand. I planted the tree of this paradise with my own hand for you. For a special type of people that they deserve. This is the highest level of Jannah. That's what we call it the Firdaus al-A'la. That's top of it. Allahu Akbar. فيها ما لا عين رأت ولا أذن سمعت ولا خطر على قلب بشر. In it things have never seen before, have never heard before, have never thought of before. In another word, if I tell you, Musa, what are the things in it, you will not understand it. Because in order for you to understand anything I say, whatever I say, it has to be something registered in your mind, similar to it somehow, so you can make that enough. Like if I tell you, I do have in my house faran kahush. Would you like it? Faran kahush. It comes with a little shahantaruf. Would that make any sense to anybody? It's so funny. I said the same example once, and it was a word in the Swahili language. So we know what that means. Or something similar to it. Anyway, I made up a word. But why does it make any sense to anyone? Because not register in your memory anything similar, you know what I'm saying? So it will not make any sense. Are you following me, guys? There's a lot of meanings, and we don't know because it's not part of our vocabularies. Okay? That's why Allah is saying to Musa, in it things never heard, never seen, never thought of. So if I say it, it will not mean anything to you. That's why I'm not going to tell you what it is, because Allah never says something doesn't make sense to anyone. Or it makes sense to Him, maybe to the angels, but it wouldn't make sense to us. That's why He never said it to us. But anything is this hidden, when you see it, you will recognize it, you'll see it. In paradise, where people settle in it, يطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون, young, strong servants serve you. People say, why will I make them young? Why? What are you, like wildan, young, youth? They are at that age. Why? Because it's easy to make order to young